off. It's Edwards straight up the gut. And Gus breaks the tackle. He's off to the races. To the 50, to the 40, to the 30. Adios, compadres. Gus Edwards is gone. Straight down the turnpike. 74 yards for the Rutgers touchdown.
Well, that's how you started off right there.
Rutgers running back Gus Edwards has averaged just under 120 yards from scrimmage in the last 2 games. No coincidence, then, that the Scarlet Knights have posted their first 2-game win streak as a member of the Big Ten Conference. Gus, kind enough to join us from our campus studio in Piscataway. Before we get into the last couple of games, Gus, I want to talk about your decision as a grad transfer to choose Rutgers. I know Miami kept you away from a couple of other ACC schools. Why did Rutgers factor in for you?
I was looking at Rutgers before when I was in high school coming out, and it was just a few things that it was a close race even then. So when I got the opportunity to be able to come back home and play close to my family and everything, I thought it was a great opportunity. I just took it.
That being said, I know you had some ups and downs at Miami, some good games, an injury that kept you out of an entire season, but man, the weather down there is so spectacular. How would you describe the years that you did spend down in Coral Gables?
Great. I loved it there. My teammates we were like family the whole time. My coaching staff and everything, I loved it there. But sometimes I just had to make a decision for me that I felt was right for me and my family, and that kind of brought me here to Rutgers.
These last 2 games have brought a little bit more attention to Rutgers as a program and to you as a running back. For those who may not know you inside and out, how would you describe your running style?
I think I'm a physical back. I like to break tackles, get in between the tackles, and I think I'm fast too as well.
So when you have that combination, how do you decide whether you would rather make a guy look silly with your speed or just plain run him over every now and then?
It's definitely physical first. Being my size, I think I have to be physical at first before anything.
All right, for you individually, Gus, for Rutgers as a team, what's kind of clicked the last 2 games?
I think we've been having some great practices throughout the week. We've been emphasizing the run game, that we have to establish the run game first, and the guys just been doing a great job of following the game plan.
What about the offensive line improvement over the last couple of weeks? I spoke with Ray Lucas, who was inducted into the Rutgers Hall of Fame before you guys went out and won this past weekend. He points to the offensive line improvement. Have you seen that firsthand?
Yeah, definitely. I think that they have great focus right now. Like I said, in practices, they're kind of leading the team in practice, keeping us motivated the whole time. And I have great trust in those guys, and that they'll keep on getting better as the season goes on.
Listen, on-the-field execution, as you know, is one thing, but before you get on the field, you have to believe that you can win football games. So despite the tough start, how did the veterans, how did this coaching staff kind of keep the team together inside the locker room?
I think Coach Ash has been doing a great job at keeping our guys in it. Like even when we was on a long losing streak, he was telling us, guys, we're a good team. We still have a lot to play for, and guys we just stuck with it and we believed it, and we just went out there and practiced hard all week, and it's finally coming out to be W's.
How would you describe Chris Ash's personality?
He's great. He's great to be around, even off the field. He's always asking me about my son, my family, and how we're doing, our hair, making sure that I'm good with everything, even if it's not about football.
You mentioned your family. I know you have NFL aspirations as well. Where do you have to get better? What area of your game has to improve for you to grab the attention of NFL scouts?
I think I have to be more involved in the pass game, if anything. As far as catching balls out of the backfield, I feel like that's an area I have to improve in.
How's the last 2 weeks, Gus, changed the outlook for this team for the rest of the season?
I think we have momentum going into this Michigan game, and we just got to continue practicing hard.
Looking at this Michigan team, they had given up basically nothing until last week, and then Penn State gashed them pretty good. Can you take anything that Penn State accomplished and apply it to your own game plan this weekend?
We have to establish the run game first. We have to be able to run the ball against these guys. They have a great defensive line, but I think our coaches will come up with a great game plan for them, and we just have to trust it.
Rutgers running back Gus Edwards, Staten Island strong as the Scarlet Knights enjoying a 2-game win streak, their first ever as a member of the Big Ten, getting set to take on Michigan this weekend. Gus, I know it's always busy in season. Great to catch up. Truly appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me.